Hey everybody, Sean Hamlin with PremierGuitar.com. We're at Musikmesse 2013 in Frankfurt, Germany, talking to Robert from One Control. Robert, you have a whole line of unique devices to help people control their pedals mostly, and other stuff to put on their pedal board and make it work better. Right here we're looking at the Crocodile
tail loop. This is it's a 10 loop unit that has up to 70 presets on it, and has a built-in buffer and does MIDI program sense and can receive program sense. So you can have this remotely controlled by another MIDI controller or send MIDI program changes to any MIDI unit like Line 6, Strymon, Eventide, anything like that should work just fine. It has a direct mode and a program mode. So right now it's in a program mode. These LEDs represent what loops they're on right here. So to change my program, all I do is hold down different buttons and I've reprogrammed it. It automatically saves, so when I turn it off from now, it's exactly the way I had it. And another cool thing about it, compared to a lot of other switchers on there, is if I hold this down, now I have individual loops, so I can turn on pedals one by one. So that makes it really cool, because if you're like, say, jamming with your friends, you don't want to just have programs only, you want to be able to select it. So that's one thing we put in there that's really cool. Now if you'll notice when I'm in program mode, if you look at the Line 6, I'm switching different MIDI programs at the same time and sending program sense to that. So if you have anything that's like a multi-effector or a digital effect, that can be really handy for playing live, so you don't have to scroll through a lot of stuff. And so you get up to 70 programs with this unit.
Awesome. So you've got this totally cramped pedal board here, and normally, I mean, if you didn't have the One Control on there, you would probably have like 5 other pedals, but there's no way you could switch all of those. You'd be like using ballet shoes to get your toe down there and hit them. So we've talked about how it works in the abstract. Why don't you give us an idea of the range of sounds you can get with this thing? I mean, obviously it's not as dependent on your effects on the board, but you can just, it will be instructive to see how crazy you can switch from one extreme to another with just using the One Control.
Yeah. So here's just we got a delay and a overdrive right now. Now switch. Just the overdrive. Now phaser. Now switch to something a little more like synthy. And let's see what else we got here. Just a basic rock tone. But basically, I mean, it only is limited to how creative you want to be with this. I mean, I've got tremolos, boosters, phasers.
You can have basically any permutation of effect on there.
Yeah, exactly. And what's really crazy about this unit is it has a sync and link function. So if you hook 2 of these together, I can do 20 loops if I really wanted to. We've only had 2 people do that so far, but it's been pretty amazing. And the link function is really cool because if you get 2 of these, this whole pedal board can just be behind your amp in a rack, and you just have this on stage. So you're controlling all your effects with just this guy on stage. So, you know, you've got a vintage like Shin, a vintage tube screamer. Last thing you want is on stage getting like messed up, especially at like a rainy event or something like that. So that's something we thought of as well. And we've had this out for about 2 years, and it's been going really well. We've got a few people in the U.S. market who are endorsing it now. Bill from Mastodon is using this now. Justin Middell Johnson, he's the bass player for Beck and 9 Inch Nails. He's been using this recently. So it's gaining momentum. We've got some people in the UK, like Tom Quayle, fusion guitarist. He's from Wampler as well. He's been using this as well, and that's got us a lot of really positive feedback from the UK. So we've been really happy and lucky to have a really great artist relations things going on right now. So things have been picking up for us in the last year, especially in the beginning of this year.
Awesome, congratulations.
Thanks.
Now, Robert, before we go, let's just briefly mention some of the other products you do. They're not really things that make sound for you so much as help your sound. So like on your pedal board, you've got a power supply, right?
Yeah, this is our micro distro. It's got a total of 9 outputs. It comes with a 9-volt power supply that we make that's 2,000 milliamps. So everything you're looking at on this pedal board is powered by this. So it's really powerful, really compact, and really low noise. I mean, we had plenty of really professional people in Japan and in the USA using this with absolutely no problem, so we've been really happy with that. Other stuff we're making right now is this thing, we have 2 versions of this. It's called the Mesquite Blender. And what it does is you can run effect into this and control how much saturation you want. So a lot of people like to use it for reverb on their guitar, so they can like maintain a little bit more clarity. They want like 60% reverb or like 40%. And for bass players, compressor and fuzz work really well with this, because with the compressor, sometimes your attack gets a little muddy, and with fuzz on your bass, sometimes your low end just cuts way out.
Yeah.
So this will allow you to control how much of an effect you want on it. And also it has an expression pedal input, so you can actually put an expression pedal up there, and if you want to like blend an effect gradually in a song, you can do that. It also has a phase polarity reverser, so you don't get any phase cancellation, and we use the same buffer circuit that we use on the Crocodile tail loop on that. Other than that, we've got a bunch of like other products, like a
like simplified versions
Exactly.
of the one control of the Crocodile.
Exactly. So the Cameleo tail loop is a 4-channel version, works the same. And then these are just non-programmable. We got a 3-channel, 2-channel. This is a flash looper. What this does is it'll go between the 2 loops. You have green and red. So if you step on the left switch, it toggles between them. The right one is a bypass. So, you know, other than that, just 2-channel looper, a basic one loop just in case you want to like not stomp on your vintage pedal. 2 different AB boxes. One has DC outputs just in case you need more power, and one's a little compact minimal guy. And then we sell our buffer by itself. So if you just want to get the BJF buffer tone that we offer, you can get that by itself as well. And this is, you know, really high quality machined case. So once again, really durable, really high quality, and I think it looks pretty good.
So if you've got a huge ass pedal board with a ton of pedals, and you lose some of your high end, slap that on there, help it out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're going to be running, you know, like 15, 30 foot of cable, of course your impedance is going to go up. So we really wanted to keep that in mind when we were making our pedal board, and we wanted to use someone who had a lot of experience doing that. So BJF, being a good partner of ours, really helped out. I think without it, I mean, it's really funny. We've had a lot of people say that when they plug in the BJF buffer, they're like, oh, I kind of hear it. And then when they turn it off, they're like, oh, now I hear it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a really great thing that we can incorporate into a lot of our products.
Very cool. Robert, tell people where they can go online to find out more about your stuff.
You can go to onecontrol.com and check out all of our new products, and like us on Facebook and Twitter for updates.
Cool. Thanks, man.
All right, have a good one.
I'm Sean Hamlin with PremierGuitar.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss a beat with our Musikmesse videos.